After a brief hiatus, I am back. Unfortunately, picking games is not my main gig just yet. So when the bosses say I got to go somewhere, I got to go, and time split, it just kind of worked out that I didn't really have time to be doing this over the past couple weeks. But hey, we're back this week, and I have Ben Carey. He's a handicapper and the founder of Capwise here to talk some college and NFL. So it's always a good thing to be talking sports, right, Ben?
It is, man. I mean, it's the one thing that I can't live without. So I'm glad we have football. So
me and you both. That's why I have a job to be talking sports. But
yes, me too.
The country right now needs some positive vibes, right? We need that positive energy. So I'm going to start this week with a segment I call Think Positive. We're going to talk about our favorite moneyline underdogs for the week. Ben, you start.
So I got one a Sunday NFL game, and it's the New Orleans Saints. Now, these two teams faced off in week 1, and the Saints got the better of the Bucs in that one. But that was Tom Brady's first game outside of New England, so there were a little bit of learning curves. And I not so much learning curves, but I think just getting used to his personnel. I mean, there was no preseason. He had to get used to a new offense, and he struggled a little bit in that one. But since then, Tom Brady has looked pretty good. And it is tough to beat a team twice in a year, but I think there's really good value.
A division opponent.
And especially, in a division opponent in that NFC South. But I think the Saints are in a good position right now, and they're going to have Michael Thomas back. It sounds like he will be back for sure, but I guess we have said that a few times in the last few weeks, so take that with a grain of salt. But I do like the value here with the Saints to win this one. I think it's going to be a classic Drew Brees, Tom Brady type of matchup. I don't think we get the quiet shootout that a lot of people are expecting. I don't think this goes up in the 30s between the two because the Bucs do have a pretty good defense, but the Saints have been sound on defense too as well. But I think you're finding some really good value with the Saints money line to win this one outright on Sunday.
I'm going to go to a game. It's going to be nasty. There is no reason to watch this game unless you're betting on it. Tennessee on the road at Arkansas. I like Arkansas.
You're right about that.
Listen, there's no reason to watch that one, but I like Arkansas on this one. I like a good home dog. Listen, it's a matchup of, I think both teams are 2-3. There's really no reason to watch this game at all.
Hey, that's the beauty of sports betting, though, right?
Yes, there's always a game. There's always something to watch.
Yes.
But listen, Tennessee's lost 3 straight. Those 3 games have been blowouts. They just haven't been pretty. Tennessee's a defeated team. And on the other side, Arkansas, to me, they're one of the big stories in the SEC. I think they're shocking a lot of people with what they're able to do this year. And they might be 2-3, but they're 5-0 against the spread this year. And that's really the only number that matters to at least me. I know Tennessee's coming off the bye. I don't think it matters because a week isn't going to help fix their problem. So I'm rolling with Arkansas. All right, let's switch gears and let's try to put together the perfect ticket for the weekend or out here in Georgia. The only game that matters this weekend is the Georgia-Florida game. Now, I'm going to be completely transparent here. Going into today, actually just a couple minutes ago, I was all in on Florida getting the points here, right? I really like Florida in this game, but after a couple weeks off, Ben, I think the most important thing is to be right. I want winners. I just want to come back and win. And while I like Florida and the points, I am very, very confident in the over in this game. I think right now it's set at 52.5. And here's the thing. Georgia's defense, one of the best defenses on paper in the country, right? But they're dealing with a lot of injuries going into this week, and they haven't really faced a great offense outside of Alabama. And we saw what Alabama did to Georgia, So I think that this is a really tough test because Florida's got one of the most prolific offenses in college football. I really like what they do on that side of the ball. And then when you flip the script, Florida's defense is really bad, right? And I think Georgia's game plan in this is they're going to just try to come out and do kind of what they did to Kentucky, establish the run it right down your throat. And I think that if you're Florida, you got to try to take away the run, right? So then you're going to put the ball in Stetson Bennett's hands. And I think Stetson can have some success against that Florida defense. So I just think there's going to be points. So I'm going to just go ahead and take the easy one in this one and give me the over.
My first pick is going to be Oklahoma State 12.5. Now, Oklahoma State last week is coming off a loss at home to Texas, but this was a very misleading type of game. Now, of course, at the end of the day, if you don't cover, you don't cover, and if you don't win, you don't win. I mean, that's how football's judged. You can make all the excuses in the world, but watching this one, it was very misleading. Oklahoma State really dominated that whole game. They had some crucial turnovers. Their quarterback Sanders had some tough turnovers that were very costly, but they really controlled that game. So I think you're getting some value here against Kansas State. They will be on the road playing in Manhattan, but I think if you can get this under 2 touchdowns, around 12.5 is what I'm seeing, you'll have some pretty good value here. I think they cover. They'll win by around 17 points. Chuba Hubbard is one of the best running backs in college football. There could be a little bit of wind in this one, but that's not going to be an issue because they're just going to hand the ball off to that kid. He should have a big game. So I like the value with the Cowboys on the road covering 12.5 against Kansas State.
All right, I'm going to go to the NFL now to add to this perfect ticket we're trying to put together. And I feel like I feel like I'm taking the easy route in this one, but it really doesn't matter. As long as you're picking winners, no one cares if it's
it doesn't matter.
As long as they win, no one cares, right? I'm going to go with the points again, and you could speak to this game a little bit. I'm going to go to the Falcons-Broncos game, and again, I'm going with the over in this one. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, because you are in Denver right now. The Broncos, they get off to some slow starts, right? I think the perfect remedy for the Broncos is going up against the Falcons defense. They have one of the worst defenses in the NFL. I think they're ranked 28th total defense, 31st pass defense. So their defense is pretty bad. I think Drew Lock is going to be able to have a big game here. And on the flip side of that, Matt Ryan and Julio Jones, Todd Gurley, I think that they're going to be able to have some success against that Broncos defense. So listen, I'm just going with the easy pick here, and I think the easy pick is the over.
I like it too, Alex, and I think that after the big win in Denver against the Chargers, there's going to be a lot of momentum, and I think Drew Lock's going to come out.
Oh, you don't believe in momentum? Come on.
Oh, I love the momentum, baby.
Oh, my gosh.
But hey, I will say this, though. Denver has, like you said, has gotten out to slow starts, but especially on the East Coast playing in that early time slot. So it's vital for Denver to get some points in that first quarter, or at least get some drives manufactured. If they come out stagnant, it could be this could be a tough pick for you. But if you can get an early score from Denver, you got to be feeling really good about this one. So that I think that's the key to this bet winning is if Denver can even put up a touchdown in the first quarter, you're going to be in good hands in this one.
All right, we'll see on Sunday. What do you add to the ticket?
So this one is probably very contrary to what a lot of people are thinking with this one. But I had a few that I was thinking about playing. I had a Cardinals pick that I liked, but I'm going to go with the Panthers plus 10.5 on the road against, the Kansas City Chiefs. So Christian McCaffrey, he's going to be back in this one. Will he be 100%? I don't know, but
I'm a Christian McCaffrey fantasy owner, so yes, he will be back.
Yes.
He's going to have a great game. Yes,
he'll be healthy, and if he's in there, a guy like he's the future of that franchise at this point. They're not going to put him in if he's not ready to go. So I think that's huge. And this Panthers defense has actually played very well, believe it or not. I don't think this Panthers team is getting enough credit, and I know they are in that NFC South too. But Teddy Bridgewater's looked good. He's been able to get the ball to guys like Moore and Robbie Anderson. I like this pick a lot. I think the Panthers can keep it close. I do not think they're going to win this game, but I think they can keep it. I think they can keep it within a touchdown. And I like the Panthers. It's not going to be a popular, sexy pick, but hey, if it wins, it wins.
I think people forget because it's the Chiefs. 10.5 is a ton of points in the NFL. Like that's a lot of points.
Even you're up 2 touchdowns. I mean, that back door's open. The back door is always open. You just
love a good.
You gotta find it.
Love that. Love that. All right, Ben. Time to lock in. Give me your best bet of the weekend.
Yes, so this one is out here in Colorado, but this is a Saturday game, and this one is UCLA Colorado under 56. Now, you're probably wondering why I'm picking, a random Pac-12 game, but of course I am out here in Colorado. But Colorado's actually starting a guy, Tyler Little, and this guy actually played safety last year, and he's going to be starting quarterback for the Buffs on Saturday, which he basically couldn't beat out Montez last year for that starting position, so he moved to safety, and now he's jumping back into quarterback. I mean, I get it. A guy can jump back and start to learn the X's and O's as what it takes to be a quarterback, but he lost a whole year of time in film to, learn the X's and O's and become a better quarterback himself. And he was in that safety room. I think this is going to be a huge factor in this one. Colorado's going to rely on guys like Magnum out of the backfield. They're going to run the ball a lot, which is going to keep that clock ticking. And UCLA likes to play fast pace, but when you're playing at the high altitude, man, in the second half, teams have been susceptible to having to slow the ball down. I mean, you've been to Colorado, man. The altitude's real.
Yes.
It will get you.
Yes.
So this is going to be an underplay. I like the score to be around like 27-20. I think UCLA still pulls it out, but this one I like a lot. I'm doubling my bet size on this one. Ooh. For this under a 56, and I think by Saturday this number may be closer to 53.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, I am going to stay in college football. I'm going to go to the biggest game of the weekend. Clemson at Notre Dame. Clemson laying 6 points, and I'm laying the points. I mean, here's the thing. Trevor Lawrence not playing in the game, obviously, and I think that a lot of people are probably getting scared off Clemson because Trevor Lawrence isn't playing. But let me tell you something. DJ Uiagalelei
Thank you for pronouncing his last name, because I was not going to be able to.
Oh, well, listen, that's part of my gig. I got to know how to do these kinds of things. But listen, DJ's a good quarterback. See how I didn't do it twice there. I got it once. I'm not going to test the water.
DJ, yes.
But he's a talented quarterback, and I just can see Clemson being able to score. And if I'm getting this game at under a touchdown, I'm taking it. So I'm laying 6 points with Clemson.
I like that pick. You're getting value because of that Boston College game, and Notre Dame hasn't looked good in these big games in the past. So if you want to ride that angle, go ahead. But I like Clemson -6 a lot.
I wanted to throw something in there about, against the spread, but really that doesn't matter because Trevor Lawrence isn't playing. What it comes down to is Notre Dame's defense going to be able to put pressure on DJ Uiagalelei, or is he going to have time to get back there and do what he does and what we saw he can do, like he did last week against Boston College at times? Or is Travis Etienne going to kill him? Because Travis Etienne is one of the best running backs in college football.
100%. Yeah. And we have to remember that DJ
Uiagalelei, yeah.
Thank you. That was his first start, right? I mean, He did have time throughout the season, when the Clemson's up like 30 points. But it's different, starting the game, having that preparation. He's got that under his belt now. I think that was vital. If this was his first start, I would be scared with that -6. But now he's had that. And now they can figure out what he was doing wrong on film. And I think he's in a good position in this one. You're getting Clemson with their defense at -6 under a touchdown.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I love it. If it goes, I don't think it's going to go over 7.5. But if it does go up, that's when I kind of get weird.
I think it could end up at 7. I think it might get it to 7.
See,
but
even that. I like 6 a lot. That's
you got to take it. You have to take it. Yeah.
All right, Ben. Well, thank you for joining me this week. Before I let you go, let the people know where they can find some of your work.
Yeah, so capwise.com, that's CAPWIZE. Very active on Twitter too. That's just @capwise. We cover all different sports. We have a NFL betting dashboard that has all the numbers you need. We have simulation picks too. We simulate these games a million times, and it gives us outputs. So it's been pretty hot so far this year. So give us a follow. Reach out to me with any questions, and hopefully we have some winners here. I think we will. I feel pretty good about these, Alex.
Oh, I know we will. I think this is going to be a good week for us. All right, well, that'll do it for Bet That this week. I am Alex Glaze. You can follow me on social media @Alex_Glaze on Twitter. As always, this is just for fun. We are not offering any betting advice. If you choose to follow these picks, that is your choice. We have a lot of fun here on this show. And if you like what we're doing, follow the 11 Live YouTube channel so you don't miss out on the fun. Until next time.